All right, first grade, welcome to part 2 of our review. We are on number 8 now. Lindsay loved to draw in her notebook. Lindsay drew 9 smiley faces, 7 stars, and 4 circles. How many things did Lindsay draw? Well, this shows us 3 add-ins right away. So I know that I can draw those things and count them up. I can also make a number sentence or equation to do it. So let's draw a picture to help find out how many things she drew to start. Let's go with 9 smiley faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 7 stars. Well, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars. Last, it says 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. So if I count them all together, I will have 9 plus 7 plus 4. There are a lot of strategies to solve that. I can take and make 9 a 10 and take it away from the 6 and add in my head. But I think the easiest way, since I've drawn all of them up, would be just to count them. I'll start with 9 because I already have 9, and I'll go to the next line. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 is my answer. If you use the strategy to count them all from the beginning, that's fine. But to save time on my recording, I started with 9 smiley faces, so I didn't have to count that again. 9, and then counted up from there till I got to 20. The answer is A, 20. All right, let's go on to number 9. Sam went to the store. He wanted to buy 3 balls. Then he wanted to buy 6 books. Last, he wanted to buy 8 action figures. How many things did Sam want to buy at the store? Well, I can count the items here, but let's go ahead and write the add-ins down before we do that. I know that he wanted to buy 3 balls plus 6 books plus 8 action figures. And when I add all those together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I add and see that he has 17 things he wants to buy. Number 10. Mom bought 12 drinks. Madison spilled 8 of them. The rest were okay. How many of the drinks were okay? Now this is different than the other ones. The ones we've done so far have been adding, and we've had 3 or more add-ins. But this time, we're going to be taking something away. We see the 12 drinks right here that Mom started with, but it says here that Madison spilled 8. So let's cross out 8, and hopefully it's what you did on your page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 were spilled. That leaves how many left over? Well, let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 4 are okay. If I were to write that, I would have written 12 minus 8 equals 4. And my difference is 4. Let's look now at number 11. Grandpa made 16 birdhouses. 9 of them were white, the rest were brown. How many of the birdhouses were brown? Well, these aren't really colored exactly right, but we're going to separate them into white and brown. Let's look. There's 16 birdhouses here. We know 9 of them were white, so let's label 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know 9 of them are white. I'll label them as white. So I know that everything left over is brown. So I'm going to make a sentence, a math equation. 16 minus 9 equals how many? Well, let's count how many are brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see that 7 is my difference. 7 were brown. Let's go now to number 12. There were 12 kites at the beach. Some of them flew away. 8 of them were left. How many kites flew away? Well, they already have a picture here. That's interesting. It's easy when they do the work. There's 12 kites. They said some flew away, but they want to know how many are left over. Well, let's see how many are left. They showed us. One. Oh, I'm sorry. They said there were 8 left over. Duh, I'm sorry. Did not see that class. How many flew away? Well, they already put X's on how many flew away. So all I have to do is count how many flew away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 12 minus 8 that were left means 4 of them was the difference that had flown away. I'm sorry about messing that one up, guys. Let's go on to the last two. Number 13. There were some children in the classroom. Then 6 joined them. Now there are 17 children in the classroom. How many children were in the classroom before? This one is also a difference question. We started out with a certain number. We don't know that. And when 6 more were added, we ended up with 17. So we're trying to figure out what plus 6 equals 17. Well, to do that, we can set up our inverse or our opposite equation using subtraction. Well, I know that 17 then, take away 6 or minus 6 is going to give me what I started with. So let's see, 17 minus 6. I can draw it, I can count it down. There's a whole lot I can do. One thing I like to do is count up to find the answer. I know that 6 kids were there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I also know that I need to get up to 17. I'm going to use check marks for the other kids. Start with 6. Let's use check marks to count until we get to 17. Start with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I've counted up to 17, and now I need to see how many I counted. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm sorry to pause and look, class, because I'm starting to think that my answer might not be there or I read it wrong. Well, I'm sorry to say that the answer is not listed here in my copy, and I don't know if your copy was different. Your answer should have been 11, and I'll have to look at that because there are 11 children there. Adding 6 more makes 17 now, and I'm sorry to confuse you, but you should have gotten, or I hope on your page you got the number 11. Let's go on to 14. There were pencils in the jar, then Isabel put 9 more in the jar. Now there are 11 pencils in the jar. How many pencils were in the jar before? Well, I'll start with pencils in a jar. I'm going to draw a picture. I know that there are a number of pencils in the jar, and I know 9 more pencils were added, and now there are 11 there altogether. So what number would I add to 9 to get 11? I can do it 2 ways. I can either start with 9, count up to 11, or say 11 minus 9 equals what number? Either way will get me the answer. I'm going to start with 9 and count up. Starting at 9, count 10, 11. I counted 2 more, so that means 2 were in the jar. And I'll check my answer. If I have 11 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I take away 9 of them. I'm going to take this group. I'm going to take them away. That leaves 2 left over. So my answer for that is A, 2. I'm sorry about confusing you on number 13. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I'll have to go back and check the copies of your test to make sure I grade the review right. But the answer for number 13, remember, was 11, and then 14 was A, 2. I hope you're ready for the test. It really looks very similar to this. So as soon as you're ready, you'll see it ready for you to click on the link, and you can take your test for a grade. Good luck, guys. Bye-bye.